Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Jurassic World video, where today we have some exciting and exclusive news regarding the future of Jurassic. Subscribe to the channel if you're excited or you want to learn more about the Jurassic franchise, as this is the best place to be if you're a Jurassic fan. And don't forget to like the video if you happen to enjoy it, as our like goal for today is, let's try and challenge ourselves today and try to aim for 2,000 likes. After all, this is a very exciting video. Now, are you ready for this? If so, sit back, relax and get ready for some rather interesting news. So it is very clear that Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous was an absolute success for Netflix, DreamWorks, Amblin and Universal combined, as well as many fans of Jurassic. It expanded the overall lore of Jurassic like we've never seen before. Yes, seasons 4 and 5 may be part of the wackier side of things, but season 3 is arguably some of the best Jurassic content that we have ever seen come from this franchise. After the ending of Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous season 5, we saw the campers grow up and leave 2016 behind. It ended on a note that the Nublar 6 are now living amongst the dinosaurs, as the last episode contained loads of connections to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and more importantly, the breakout at Lockwood's Manor. Some people's complaint about Jurassic World Dominion was that they thought Fallen Kingdom ended that way to specifically set up Dominion, which simply isn't true. Fallen Kingdom ended with dinosaurs on the mainland to set up the overall future of Jurassic as a whole, not just Jurassic World Dominion. Dominion was just one part of that story. What if I were to tell you now that there's another story coming for Jurassic eventually, that may well take place after the events of Fallen Kingdom? Don't worry, this isn't a guess or a theory, we have some actual very good evidence to support that a new Jurassic World series is on the way. Exciting news. The following information that I'm about to provide for you is relevant to what we have for the evidence. So, before any production begins on a show or movie, the first thing producers need to do is be able to cast some actors and actresses for the show. The way they do this is via a method called casting calls, where they say the name of the show or movie, or possibly a fake working title in place, and hopefully spread the message around to be able to find some really good actors. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a company going by the name of Respectability, who specialise in helping disabled performers with acting talent find amazing opportunities and roles, big shout out to them, have sent out a newsletter in late July of 2022, so this isn't an old letter by the way. Within this newsletter, when we go down to the bottom, we have the big name and confirmation right here. According to this talent agency's newsletter, there are open casting calls for, and I quote, a DreamWorks Animation TV series for an Untitled Jurassic World project. Yes, that's right. An Untitled Jurassic World project is in the works at DreamWorks Animations, the exact same studio who brought us Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. This means that there is currently a future TV series being planned for Jurassic World that will again be animated by DreamWorks in a similar fashion to Camp Cretaceous. Now, before we get too excited, I must let you know that Camp Cretaceous did these casting calls way back in 2017 and weren't entirely sure if they'd make it to where they are today. So there is a chance here that this could all fizzle out. But for the time being, we know that there is something in the works for a brand new Jurassic World animated TV series. But what could this be? Well, within this official public newsletter, we have some more information regarding on the type of role they want to recruit to this project. Whilst some may think that this is a Camp Cretaceous sequel, just hold on to your horses for a little bit. A new character going by the name of Sydney is being cast and will have a recurring role throughout this project, which means multiple episodes and possibly seasons too. Her character is described as follows. Sydney is a charismatic, witty former child actor who has shifted her focus to telling stories from behind the camera. Despite having a tragic experience protecting her friends from a wild animal that left her with one arm, Sydney doesn't let it stop her from enjoying the great outdoors. She understands the power of her voice and uses her platform to raise awareness of environmentalism. When Sydney isn't busy fighting climate change, she can be found hanging out with her friends and exploring national parks. She is 19 years old and currently this role is open ethnicity at this time. Well, there you have it. And it also said here that the talent and actress will be signed onto an SAG and AFTR8 contract, which means that they'll cover work for media behind the camera and or behind the microphone, proving further that this is a voiceover piece of work. So she sounds like an absolute powerhouse of a character who's been through a lot and has been with her friends her whole life. She possibly vlogs like that of Brooklyn and Darius and has a big following online. And she also loves the environment. She also seems to have a really interesting backstory to her regarding saving her friends from a wild animal that caused her to lose an arm. After all of that, she'll now have to deal with dinosaurs in her world. That's as far as we know regarding this new series, but what could be the name of it? Well, when we take a look at when Camp Cretaceous was trademarked by Universal, it was back in the year of 2018, once they begun active development on the show. So, many years ago, let's say. Unfortunately, the only major title with Jurassic World that's currently trademarked most recently is Jurassic World Dominion. However, that hasn't stopped a new Jurassic themed trademark come through the cracks that's recently been bought by Universal back in the year of 2021. There is a title that has been purchased by Universal called Rule the Earth, which is clearly a reference to the infamous Jurassic Park scene of dinosaurs rule the Earth when the banner falls in front of Rexy. Now, when we look at the description of what this means, it falls under the services of entertainment, but more specifically the nature of film, television series, short form entertainment, and more. But the one to point out here is obviously the television series. Now, what I originally thought this was going to be was a documentary about the Jurassic saga as a whole, but I noticed there's no goods and service of television documentary quoted for this specific trademark, and the fact that there's only a prime focus on what is known as a television series. Although it is slightly different to what is read on the Camp Cretaceous trademark's goods and service, so do take this with a tiny pinch of salt, but there is a small possibility that the new animated series could well be Jurassic World Rule the Earth. And should it be set after the events of Fallen Kingdom where dinosaurs are trying to rule the earth, it seems rather fitting if you were to ask me. Alternatively, should all 6 campers return, we could see Jurassic World The New Blast 6 as the next title. However, with the introduction of Sydney, I feel as if having 7 main characters won't work too well in one group. So I do believe that this could be a brand new story within Jurassic that happens to be animated too. We don't know much at this current time, but we do know that there is currently casting calls for an untitled animated Jurassic World TV series from the likes of DreamWorks, and it's in planned development at this point in time. At last, we finally have a small glimpse into the future of this incredible franchise that many of us were very, very worried we would see end after Camp Cretaceous Season 5. Thankfully, that's not the case. As for when it could be announced, I think that this show could be releasing in the year of 2023. Once we compare and take a look at Camp Cretaceous, we knew that it was in planned development in the year of 2017 and begun active development in 2018. It was also trademarked in the year of 2018 too. Should this Rule the Earth title have any correlation to the new series, it was trademarked in 2021. For Camp Cretaceous, its first announcement came in 2019 in a form of a short teaser. So potentially, we could be seeing a short tease sometime this year in 2022 to this new show should the Rule the Earth title be anything to go off. With casting still going on, we don't know what stage of development this show is currently in right now. So it is rather hard to tell when a release date will be the most likely. But for me, it seems likely that 2023 or 2024 will be the years of release for this untitled Jurassic World animated TV series. Whatever the untitled Jurassic World show may end up being, you can be sure you'll hear more about it once we know more on this YouTube channel. So if you're excited and intrigued to see what it is, be sure to subscribe to the channel with the bell notifications turned on so you don't miss an update. But talking to you guys right now, what do you think that this could be? What title would you like to see from this animated TV series? And also, what would you name it if it wasn't Rule the Earth? As for today's video, you can see I'm very excited. It's our first glimpse into the future of this franchise. It may be something small and it could just fizzle out, maybe even tomorrow, but at the end of the day, they've at least got something in planned development, which is so good. Unfortunately, it is another animated TV series. We'd love to have a live action one at some time. But to be honest, I'm going to take anything that we can from Jurassic at this point in time, since we don't know the future of it. All we know is that there is at least one movie planned, and now there's a TV series in planned development. If you happen to enjoy this video, do be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so, and like the video if you enjoyed. But most importantly, all I ask for from you guys today is to make sure that you're all staying safe out there. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, hi, you. Did you enjoy the video? Just a little reminder to press that like button and also subscribe. I just want to thank my Patreons for this month on screen right here, as giving me that little extra support really does go a long way. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day.